Rangers made all three of you guys kind of grind through the first inning in this series. Just what did you see from their bats in your outing there today, and what did it say about you guys' ability to get through?
It gives us what we need. That's right, we stay. We're safe in the
Righty lefty. It's not really like, I would say, a ton of weaknesses to exploit. It's kind of just you got to have a good mix and go back and forth and stay ahead. And I think Cal does a pretty good job at that. But yeah, definitely just making us work and really got to execute a pitch when you need it.
How important was it for you to work through 5 and just kind of put things out there for the bullpen to get you the rest of the way?
Yeah, I always want to go deeper. So, I mean, that's not great, but to keep it at 1, I think is pretty good. And the bullpen's just been so good. So many guys down there lights out so far the whole season. So they picked me up big time. It's awesome having them. And I want to go deeper, but anytime you turn the ball over to them, you feel like you got a really good chance.
How'd you feel about sort of the feel of your pitches early on? It seemed like maybe the slider took a little bit of time for it to
it felt good. It felt really good. Missed a couple for sure, but I actually think everything's progressing really, really nicely. I haven't really felt like, if you're on the attack, things go pretty well so far this season. So that's been good in most of my outings, but I think there's still a lot in the tank, so that's a good sign for me where I'm at. And I think the slider made some quality pitches when we needed to. Got some swing and miss on that today, more so than in the past. So it's a good option to have it there.
What does this homestand do for you guys? Given, just a week ago you're coming off a tough sweep in San Francisco, but to do so against 2 divisional rivals as well.
Yeah, it's huge. That's what we needed. That's big, and I think it starts with that big that Randy game. That was awesome and really got us going and just riding the momentum. It's a weird game how that works in such a long season, but when you get a game like that and you just take it and run with it, everybody's just kind of passing it off to the next guy. Starter's doing well, bullpen's killing it, finding ways to get runs when we need it, big home runs when we need it. So just everybody doing their part. It's a good homestand.
You've talked about the importance of every game mattering, but you guys are now 7-3 against the AL West. All those games have been at home too. Just how can that, pay dividends for you guys down the road, especially in the series?
Yeah, these are the games you got to win, especially at home. We take a lot of pride in that, and really comfortable playing here. And it's gonna be fun going on the road. I feel like we haven't really played on the road a ton so far because we haven't. So it's gonna be awesome and a good challenge. But when we have division opponents at home, especially when it's early, got to take those games because you're going to look back in August and know that these matter just as much.
Bryce mentioned the other day how this team, especially in this series, just felt a lot more balanced between the bullpen, the starters, and the offense. Just for you, is that something you noticed, and how did that balance kind of help this series, especially with the first innings the Rangers gave you?
Yeah, and defense plays too. All around. Cal's doing a great job back there. Like I said, the hitters scrapping out runs when we need it, having a big hit when we need it, but feels like a complete game. We've been talking about the pitchers and hitters just like supporting each other, feeding off each other, that kind of stuff. And it's weird in baseball because it's so individual, like it's pitcher against hitter. But as a team, we're trying to ride that momentum off of each other as much as we can. And I think this homestand, we kind of saw that really work for us.
Logan, you guys lose Victor, you lose Ryan. Was there any just kind of looking around or even for a minute feeling a little snake bit there? Was there any kind of regathering that had to be done, or was it just go, go, go?
For sure. I can only speak for myself, but not like feeling defeated, but just like on a personal level, just feeling for those guys because what they put into the game, how much they mean to this team, selfishly to have them out there, but also just as a person, like early in the season, out for 4, 5, 6 months, like you want to check on them and just be there for them. And 2 amazing people too. Like, can't say enough about who they are and what they've done for this team. So, yeah, you feel really bad for them, but somehow just try to use it as motivation, knowing they want to be out there. So we got to pick up the wins for them.
All right. Thanks, Logan.
Thanks, Logan.
Let's see, outstanding effort today, really all weekend, get our first sweep as a club. That's a really good feeling on the year. I thought the pitching this series has been outstanding. We threw a lot of pitches in the first inning in all 3 games, but able to bounce back out of that and then really held them the rest of the way. Bullpen, I thought Logan today got us through 5. Had some bigger at bats towards the end there to get through to set our bullpen up in good shape, and then the bullpen took over the rest. You from one man to the next. Spire, Vargy, Thorny, and then Mooney. An outstanding effort from all those guys, and really the whole series, the guys pitched really, really well. That's a good hitting club, and they were able to keep them pretty silent. And then offensively, Cal with the big 2-run homer early, able to add on a run later on, which really helped. The timing of that was big, but the story was the pitching today, outstanding work. I thought we had some really good defense on the infield too. A couple nice plays by Demo, JP there in the 9th, a tough play, tough hop. Just a solid effort all around.
And given everything that your bullpen went through the first 2 weeks, just what did you see from them over this homestand in particular?
Yeah, you see more and more confidence coming from all of them, and getting comfortable where they're throwing. Vargy has thrown the ball very well. Thorny has thrown the ball very well. Mooney has been very consistent at the end of the game. To a man, these guys have done a really nice job of where they're at, and that's really great to see. Hopefully it continues, and that's what it takes. When you get those leads, you want to be able to hold on to those later in the game, and the guys were able to do that this series for sure.
Those are big spots that a lot of them are coming in. It seemed like Seager was on deck to start an inning like 3 or 4 times tonight. Just what does it say about just their blossoming confidence as they continue to get those types of moments and being able to pitch and leverage?
Yeah, that's a big part of it, is just finding that confidence to be in those leverage situations, and it seems like anybody that we've brought in there this series has done a great job, and that's what you're looking for. You want to have more options than not coming out of there, and we have plenty of options coming out of there that are comfortable and getting more comfortable in those situations.
Overall, would you make of Logan's day? Maybe another challenging first inning for one of your starters,
Yeah.
but then to get through 5. The way
Yeah,
he did.
I think getting through 5 was big for him and for our club. Again, that just sets up the bullpen so much more nicely. I think they ran up his pitch count a little bit early. He had to throw a lot of pitches there in the first couple innings that was kind of the stipulator. He wasn't able to get so deep in the game, but an outstanding effort from him. Just the 1 home run. Outside of that, kept him pretty silent, and again, able to hand it over to a bullpen that's been outstanding.
What does it say about all 3 of your starters to be able to kind of grind through that first inning and get back? And I don't think it's any coincidence that you ended up winning all 3 games.
Yeah, sometimes that's going to happen, and sometimes it's slow to get out of a gate when you've got a good pitcher on the mound. That the best time to get them is early, and we saw it with all 3 of them that they were able to buckle down at some point and really shut the door and get comfortable quickly after the first inning, and that's what all 3 of them did, and allowed our offense a chance. And our offense has been able to take it from there in these 3 games. Getting a foot in the door and then being able to bust the door open as well. With some bigger innings as well. Today it didn't take much, and we were able to do what we had to do offensively to win this one.
You know that every game is important, obviously, but you're now 7-3 against the AL West, and all of those games, especially at home. Just what can that do for you, not just now but longer term?
Yeah, it does always bring a little bit more confidence when you're beating the teams in your division. But I think you can't look too far ahead. This is a team that we want to continue to do what we do each day, and not get too far ahead of ourselves. And whatever uniforms on the other side, we're going to play our brand of baseball, and we like our chances when we do and when we execute, and that's what we're looking to continue to do.
What did you make out of the bottom third or the bottom half of the lineup during this series? Obviously the most interchangeable for you guys, but it really seemed like they did their job with either base hits or patient at bats or walks or things like that.
Yeah, that's what it takes offensively. Especially when you have bigger innings, like we were able to have, like last night before, you're going to get contributions all up and down the lineup, and whether it's walks, whether it's turning the lineup over to get back to the top, whatever it is, finding a way on base. getting a runner in, getting a runner over. I mean, that's the things that these guys have been able to do really throughout the order. Finding a way to contribute some way offensively, and that's big, and that's when you really start clicking as a club and can start putting a lot of numbers on the board.
Another great at-bat from Randy today where fights off all those splits at the bottom of the zone, spits on the 2 pitches out of the zone, and then gets that hit by pitch.
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels, does it feel like he's sort of taking that mantle from Victor a little bit where he's impacting the game in all kinds of different ways?
Yeah, I mean, he has. He's had some really, really good at-bats for us and been patient. It seems like, even when he gets behind, he's able to really lay off the tougher pitches and look for something in the zone. And he lined out to left hard today, or third base, I think it was. He's able to get his pitch, and when he gets it, he's able to really find the barrel to it. But you're right, he's got an exceptional eye at the plate, and finding a way to get on base there, and continue that inning is big, even from an 0-2 count. That's really big. So, he's in a really good spot. He's seeing the ball really well. All our guys are in a good spot offensively, and hoping that continues.
Polo's spinning his way on base now. Just like, what did you see from that play, and just the ability to keep the line moving at a pretty critical juncture too?
Yeah, I mean it's a big run. You want to add on when you can, especially in a close game like that, and being able to, I don't know how he did it, but he was able to really spin out of the way of the tag and find his way on base, just finding ways, like you said, to continue the inning, and then being able to push another one across is very big right there.
You mentioned already JP's play in the 9th inning there, and also he goes out and calms down Munoz after he gets behind a hitter, after he gave up the hit, and it just feels like in that 9th inning, obviously he's always defensively solid, but it goes to a different level. Does he turn it on there, sort of knowing how close these games are?
You talking about JP or Mooney?
JP.
Yeah. I think that was a huge trip right there from JP, and he has shown good leadership here early on, and that's the kind of thing that you do, and to be able to calm Mooney down there is big, and Mooney really responded to it well. So I think JP is a guy that will contribute in a lot of ways to a victory, and that was a very, very big one right there to get Mooney in the right space.